Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for today's MLB slate on Monday, September the 4th. It's Labor Day today, so hopefully you guys all enjoy your Labor Day. If most of you, I'm sure, have the day off of work today. So if you'll be, sitting around watching some baseball, I got a couple props I'm going to share with you guys that you can tail along with me, and you can sweat out these props with me later this afternoon. But we got two picks we're going to give out in this video, guys. We do have a lot of early games today, a lot of day games, so I wanted to go ahead and get this video out. Hopefully by the time you're watching this video, these games won't have started yet, and you'll be able to get these plays in. But we got a pitching outs prop that I like for today, and then we got a strikeout prop I'm liking for today. So we're going to talk through these two plays, share why I like them. Before we do get started, though, breaking down the plays, as always, if you guys do enjoy these MLB videos, make sure you hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you have never checked out Prizepicks before, you can actually sign up for Prizepicks. Use my promo code NOAH. If you look at the bottom of the screen when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code, you get your first deposit matched up to $100. So be sure to check them out if you guys have not yet. Do want to also give a shout out to Sleeper. We are now partnered up with Sleeper, and if you guys have never heard of Sleeper, you can sign up for Sleeper as well. Use promo code NOAH over there. Get your first deposit matched up to $100. Now, Sleeper, a little bit different than Prizepicks and some of these other DFS sites. On Sleeper, you're not getting a fixed payout, so the payouts will change based on whether you take the over or the under on a certain prop, but that allows Sleeper to offer some props with really high payouts. So if you're one of those people that really likes to go for those high payouts, you can take, on Sleeper, you can take over 0.5 home runs for baseball on a certain player, get like a 3-4x payout on that one pick. You could take two picks and make like a payout with like a 15x or something if you really like to go for those high payouts. So Sleeper does offer some stuff that some of these other sites don't offer. And if you guys do want to check them out, again, you can sign up, use that promo code NOAH, get your first deposit matched up to $100. But we got to talk through this prospect slate and some props I like for today, guys. Not exactly sure how many more MLB videos I'm going to be uploading the rest of the season. Obviously, this is kind of like the start of NFL this week. Our NFL season officially kicks off on Thursday with Thursday Night Football, Chiefs and Lions. So I think throughout this week I'm gonna start ramping up my NFL content. I'll be bringing back DFS content as well for NFL. Obviously I'll be doing content for prospects and stuff like that. So I think I'm not 100% sure, but this might be my last MLB video for the season, just as I really start to get focused on NFL, because we're gonna be uploading probably 5-6 NFL videos a week when you factor in DFS and Prizepicks content, all that. So I don't know if I'm really gonna have a ton of time to be doing MLB. I'll probably still be sharing MLB Prizepicks plays over on Patreon every day, just on the days that we don't have NFL. But for YouTube content, I think I'm really gonna start focusing on my NFL content, the rest of this week. So this might be my last MLB video of the season. We've been doing really well lately. We finished off the season really well. Last 22 picks were 17-5. I know our last video we gave out a 2-pick entry. It unfortunately did not hit. We hit the over on Kikuchi's strikeouts, but we missed on the under on Sassoni's strikeouts. He barely went over. He had 4 Ks. We took under 3.5. That was frustrating. But still, our last 22 MLB picks we've given out on this YouTube channel, they've gone 17-5. We've hit 17 out of our last 22 picks. So been rolling lately. I hate to just kind of quit right now because we're doing so well, but I really want to start focusing on NFL content over these next few days. But let's talk through this MLB slate for Monday and the two props I do like for today, guys. So we're going to start off in the pitching outs category, and looking at a pitching outs prop I like for today, we're going to take a look at Logan Webb, 17.5 pitching outs, and I like the over here. I like Logan Webb to have more than 17.5 pitching outs today. So you look over Logan Webb's recent performances, he's been able to consistently go 6 innings, 18 pitching outs. Obviously, he went under against the Braves. That's a really tough spot. I'm pretty sure that was also a spot where he gave up like a ton of runs and a ton of hits. It just wasn't it was a tough matchup. Let's just say it as it is. And then against the Angels, he came up, obviously just short. He needed just one more out to go over against the Angels. But for this season, Logan Webb has consistently been pitching deep into games. He's been able to consistently go 6 innings. And of the 28 starts that he has made this season, he has gone at least 6 innings. So he's gotten at least 18 pitching outs in 22 out of his 28 starts. So Logan Webb, consistently able to pitch deep into games. He's a guy that throws a lot of strikes. He gets a lot of ground balls. He has one of the highest ground ball rates of any starting pitcher this season, 61.2% ground ball percentage this season for Logan Webb, just a 4% walk rate. So he throws a lot of strikes. He's able to get a lot of ground balls, a lot of soft contact. He's not a guy that's going to get like a ton of strikeouts. He does have a pretty solid 23% K rate this season, but Logan Webb's strength is, inducing soft contact, getting ground balls, and that's what allows him to pitch deep into games and consistently go 6 innings. Now, I know this matchup against the Cubs is not the best. The Cubs have been, pretty good offensively this season. This is a spot where I think, the weather in Wrigley today is definitely going to favor hitting. Because if you look right now, it's going to be about 90 degrees in Wrigley today. Winds are going to be blowing out to left center. And for those of you that don't know, winds matter the most in Wrigley Field. It's the most wind-sensitive park in baseball. So when winds are blowing out, it really helps the hitters. When winds are coming in, it really helps the pitchers. Obviously, with winds blowing out today, that's going to favor the hitters. But even so, the Cubs still only have a 4.9 implied run total. It's not like Vegas is expecting the Cubs to put up a ton of runs here. I still think we can get 6 innings from Logan Webb just with how good he is at getting ground balls and doing soft contact. And even with the hitting conditions being favorable in Wrigley today, I don't know if that will matter too much, because if Logan Webb's not really giving up fly balls, if he's getting ground balls, the wind really isn't going to matter. The wind's only going to matter on those fly balls, which Logan Webb doesn't give up much of. So I like his chances of pitching 6 innings here. It's something he's been able to do a lot this season. I was looking at DK Sportsbook odds, and right now they have him at basically even money. I was kind of surprised by that. Minus 110 on the over, 17.5 pitching outs for Logan Webb. But even with odds not heavily favoring the over here, this is definitely a play that I still do like quite a bit. And this is going to be our first play for today. So first play for today, more than 17.5 pitching outs for Logan Webb. And then the other play that I like to go with that is going to be a strikeout prop. And we're going to look at Bryan Woo, 5 strikeouts. I like Bryan Woo to go over this line as well, so more than 5 strikeouts. Now, if we look at Bryan Woo's recent performances, obviously he doesn't look as great. He did have 7 Ks against Toronto, really struggled against Arizona. He only had, I don't think he didn't get a single strikeout in that start, which was very surprising. He pitched 5 innings with 0 Ks, but then he bounced back, had 6 Ks against the Angels, only had 3 Ks against the White Sox, and then in his last start against Oakland, he had 5 Ks. One thing I do want to mention, though, is that Bryan Woo has been injured lately. He made a start on August the 3rd, pitched 6 innings, but then he was out for about a couple weeks, made his return in that start against the White Sox. He only threw 4 innings in that start against the White Sox. He threw 4 innings, 65 pitches. His last start against Oakland, he was able to go 6 innings. He only threw 69 pitches, but he was very efficient. Obviously, the Mariners were winning that game pretty easily, so I don't know if they really wanted to push Woo more than 6 innings. Obviously, seeing him getting pulled at 69 pitches is not ideal, but I feel like I think it was only because he had already gone 6 innings. They just weren't going to push him any deeper than they really needed to. They just wanted to get the bullpen out there and let the bullpen finish off the game. I feel like for today, we're probably going to get 5-6 innings from Bryan Woo. He'll probably throw 75-80 pitches. Is he going to go out there and throw 100 pitches? Probably not, but I think we'll get 5, maybe 6 innings from Woo. I think we'll get 75, 80 pitches, maybe like 85 pitches. Woo hasn't had like the longest pitch count this season. He typically throws about 90 pitches per start, sometimes a little less. So he might not go super deep into the game, but for this matchup against the Reds, this is a spot where I think even if Bryan Woo pitches maybe 5 innings, 6 innings, he could still easily get at least 5 Ks. The matchup's great. The Reds have been striking out a ton as of late. If you look at this season where they rank versus right-handed pitching in terms of strikeout rate, the Reds do have the 7th highest K rate, 24.7% versus right-handed pitching this season. But if you look over the last 30 days, the Reds have been striking out a lot more as of late. 27.9% K rate versus right-handed pitching over the last 30 days. So this Reds team is striking out a ton as of late. And if we take a look at their projected lineup and just look at the K rates for some of the guys in this lineup, now the top of the lineup, you're not going to get a ton of strikeouts. Like Jake Fraley, TJ Friedl, Spencer Steer, those guys don't strike out a ton. But once you get past those guys, Elly De La Cruz, 31.5% K rate versus right-handed pitching this year. Encarnacion Strand, 33%. Tyler Stevenson, 29%. Benson, 32%. Marte, 32%. It's basically there's 4 hitters that don't strike out a ton, and then there's 5 hitters that do strike out a ton in this Reds lineup. So it's kind of like, it's not really like an even strikeout lineup. It's basically 5 guys that strike out a lot and 4 guys that don't. But, obviously facing those 5 guys, De La Cruz, Strand, Stevenson, Benson, Marte, Woo should be able to get some strikeouts against those guys. Now, this season, Woo's had a pretty solid K rate, 25.1%. His K rate has been pretty drastic, compared to lefties versus righties. He's only striking out 17.9% of lefties compared to 31.2% to righties. But this Reds lineup, usually they have at least like 4 or 5 righties in their lineup. Right now they have 4 righties in their projected lineup: Steer, Encarnacion Strand, Stevenson, and Marte. And as we talked about, Encarnacion Strand, 33% strikeout rate. He strikes out a lot. Stevenson, 29%. He strikes out a lot. Marte, 32%. He strikes out a lot. So I think Woo's going to be able to get some strikeouts against those guys. He might struggle to get Ks against Fraley, Friedel, Steer, but against those righties and especially those bottom of the order guys, there's going to be plenty of strikeouts available for Bryan Woo there. And again, Woo's shown pretty good strikeout stuff this season. I know as of late he's kind of been inconsistent, but this is a really good matchup for Ks. And this is a spot where I do expect Bryan Woo to have a good chance of getting at least 5 strikeouts. Right now on DK Sportsbook, they do have the line set at 5.5. It is juiced minus 130 on the under 5.5 Ks, but now it's actually even money. So right now I just refreshed it. It's basically even money. So this is a pretty good, this is some pretty good value on this play. Now, it was minus 130 on the under. Now it's only minus 120. It's basically close to even money for over 5.5 Ks for Woo. So I wouldn't be surprised if you do see Prizepicks bump this line up to 5.5 soon. Hopefully, by the time I get this video posted, it'll still be at 5. But these are the 2 picks I like for today, guys. Logan Webb, more than 17.5 pitching outs. Bryan Woo, more than 5 strikeouts. If you guys are going to be tailing me on these 2 plays, wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, we can make some money today. Again, guys, don't know how many more MLB videos I'm going to be making the rest of the season. This might be my last MLB video as I start to really focus on NFL content, this week and obviously the rest of the season. But I've enjoyed making MLB videos. It's been a lot of fun, and obviously the last few weeks or so have been really good for us for MLB. I'll still be covering MLB, though. I'll just be doing it over on Patreon. So if you guys still want to get more MLB props from me, along with all of my NFL plays as well, I do share those over on Patreon, Prizepicks, and sleeper entries I give out on Patreon every day. Check that out. Link down below in the description if you are interested. But I wish you guys the best of luck today. Thanks as always for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And we will see you guys in the next video. Best of luck today, guys. Peace.